Welcome to Local Gods. My name is Marco Liu.
And I'm James Han.
And today we have the special honor of having the great singer-songwriter Melissa Polinar on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
So, given your stature and your history as a groundbreaking artist, as a singer-songwriter, I have to ask, do you get tired of people always asking you to do Meant to Be and Try? Like, please do Meant to Be, play Try. Is it like, I've done it 1,000 times at this point, I don't need to, like, I'll get to it?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Right. When I do perform it live, it's like I cannot not have it on a set list. And
Both? Or sometimes it'll be one or the other?
Definitely Meant to Be. Yeah, Meant to Be. And I remember I was touring with Jeremy and Gabe one time, and usually we do like a collaboration at the very end of the show. But we do solo sets, and then I didn't do Meant to Be because we were going to do it at the very end. And so the audience thought that I wasn't going to sing Meant to Be, and I literally got like DMs of like, are you not singing Meant to Be? Or like it was
during the performance?
Well, after I got off the stage, I checked my DMs.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of like a required thing. But the payoff is that, you know, when I do end up singing it, it's like that's what people gravitate to and they sing along. And I just kind of like think about the attachment they have with that song, because a lot of them like, oh, it's the first song that I sang for my girlfriend, or
Wow.
you know, for a wedding.
To even have a song like that, I mean, is amazing. I would love to have songs like that in my category or catalog, you know?
So it's like, yes, I'm very thankful that there is that song.
Yeah.
But it is, you know, as a creative, like, I write so many songs.
Listen to my new shit. It's just as good.
Yeah.
So, and also just like stuff that I've already released that, you know, isn't as, I don't know, popular.
Sure.
You know, so like the deeper cuts. Like,
Yeah.
And I love them as equally as
All your children.
Yeah. But, you know, that's like first world problems to me.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm thankful that I've had that moment.
Yeah.
Try to and Meant to Be and
Yeah, if I was at one of your shows and you didn't play Try, I would feel like I would be like clenching my fist a little bit, like, oh, that was so good, but why
Arthur
not
Fist.
Try?
Yeah.
Arthur Fist for sure.
Right. So I change my like set list everywhere I go.
Yeah,
But usually when it's Asian American audiences, those are prerequisites.
You putting it in the middle of the set? Is it the end? Where are you usually putting it?
I usually put Meant to Be at the end.
Okay.
And then Try somewhere in the middle.
Nice.
To kinda
I like that
change it
flow.
Yeah.
For sure.
But like when I go to like singer-songwriter venues, like, you know, Hotel Cafe. Back in the day when I started, there was Room 5.
Yeah.
And then there was another venue back in the day too when I started called Wits End over at Venice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's like those were the grounds or like places where I would test songs out. And that's where I kind of just like, while you're still figuring out the chords, you know, like it's one thing to write the chords, but it's another thing to actually like memorize it and like have a flow with how to perform it. You know this, right? So it's so I'm very thankful for those like places. Those were like my growing up years when it comes as a singer-songwriter, at least.
That's so much like a stand-up comedian's approach too, because like they'll go to like, you know, comedy cellar, comedy store to like basically rehearse and try out stuff. I never had that conception that for especially like a singer-songwriter type artist that you'll be doing the same thing at different venues.
It's kind of a thing of the past nowadays, like because how many venues are there really where you can?
Yeah, it does make me sad because Hotel Cafe is like one of the last ones, and they're closing.
I know.
They are?
It's crazy. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I hear that. Yeah.
Well, they're closing and relocating next year, so they're gonna
hiatus, I guess, huh?
It's a new venue completely.
They're taking a little break and then they're going somewhere else.
Yeah, to kind of, I guess, set up the new spot. But it's like there's an emotional attachment to that particular place in Cahuenga. I mean, it's like home for me, literally, for a lot of artists, and I've been playing there since I was old enough to play there.
Wow.
So and not only for my shows, but I would just go there to support friends.
Yeah.
And like, you know, if my friend like Tony Luca or Ernie, or DRH or David Ryan Harris, would just like ask.
Crazy that's your friend, just casually. Just,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
They're my boys.
Cool,
They're
cool.
my boys.
Yeah.
They you know, would just do a harmony, or like if they have a band, they would like, oh, can you do background vocals for this song? And sometimes you just rehearse on the way up. You know, it's just there's like the spontaneity thing about these kinds of scenes. And so yeah, there's a part of me that grieves it because it's kind of a thing of the past now because of.
I wish I could have been part of something like that. Where I grew up in Maryland and I stayed a time in Georgia. Like being in that kind of scene would have been so fun for me as a younger person.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting? Like in that hotel cafe singer-songwriter scene, like I kind of, in the past now looking back, it's like I toggled different kinds of scenes, you know, because I, you know, people, you guys know me because of YouTube. So I have that Asian American family or music family.
Yeah.
Then hotel cafe is not very Asian American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'm in those rooms where I'm pretty much like the minority. I would see one or two maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it still was very home-like to me because it kind of brought out a different aspect of my musicianship and
Yeah. See what resonates with a different crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So like when it comes to set lists, it's definitely like I cater to whoever's in the audience for sure.
Understood.
Yeah.
I mean, I can kind of understand your perspective because, like, besides like L.A., Austin, maybe Chicago, New Orleans for sure, and Nashville, there aren't too many places where it's like you go to that city and you're like on any given night there will be something interesting and edifying from a musician's perspective.
Oh, like live music being played?
Like where it's like it's not just like live music being played, but workshopping. And like peers kind of sharpening each other, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then I know you had this whole spell over in Nashville.
Right.
And like most people, like when they're, at least if you're Asian American, you're not thinking Melissa Polinar, Nashville. But a lot of your catalog or a lot of your I guess base was built out in Nashville, right? Because you were working out there as a writer, and then Texas as well.
Well, okay, so
Yeah, tell us a
She's
story.
trying to correct it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right. There's some
tell me.
self-correcting that needs to happen. Okay.
well, I'm from Texas.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's where I was raised for most of my life. Prior to that, you know, I'm. Do you know what a third culture kid is?
Yes,
Yes.
So
absolutely.
I'm definitely one. But but my family
what
moved.
time? Yeah.
Spent time in the Middle East in Bahrain.
What?
Bahrain.
And,
This wasn't on the David So podcast.
Oh.
Right.
Take
so,
that, David.
Bahrain, and then you know my family were in Bangladesh.
Oh.
What?
Hey, you spent time with the Bengalis. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here, by the way, is my middle name.
No
In Bangla.
shit.
Oh, for real?
Wow.
So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, but I'm the youngest of my siblings. So
Okay.
by the time we moved to Texas, I was still pretty young. I was like 9, 10. But I was old enough to remember all those years prior to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quick question, was like, are you also South Asian in addition to Filipino, or?
No, the Filipino.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although,
Oh, you thought there was some
No,
mix?
because okay, real quick,
What's up?
if the internet or the world hears this, we've been trying to represent all of Asian America.
Well-
we are trying to reach out to South Asian people. At this point, it's like, as long as you do something interesting and you're South Asian,
Right.
please, because we can't get none of y'all. And I talk to my South Asian friends, and they just shrug and they'll say white adjacency,
Right.
something, and I'm like, dude, I can't say that. I can quote you saying that, but like, yeah, we're trying to get more representation on here.
Well, my
seriously.
23andMe.
Okay, yes.
Okay, there's more. Okay.
us.
All right.
Well, I'm predominantly all Filipino. Like, I
Okay.
mean, there's no ins and
That's
outs
cool.
of that. But there were trace.
Kababayan, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Kababayan.
Yeah.
Trace amounts of. I do have trace amounts of South Asian.
Okay,
Sri Lankan and Pakistani,
nice.
apparently.
We'll count
Okay.
you for now as being part of that
Trace.
Let's
representation.
go. All right, nice. We did it. We're doing it.
Right. But very traced, and that was
Okay.
one of those like cool surprises that I
Okay.
found.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Okay.
Because my family were like, "What?" It's like, "Yep." Apparently,
Yeah.
it just
Just like we're like, what? Bangladesh? Like
yeah,
what? Like,
yeah. So yeah, those like childhood like years were there, especially for my older siblings. I definitely remember a lot more of that.
Wow.
But we moved to Texas, so I consider myself more of a Texan, right? So, but what's interesting is that, yeah, that's kind of where I formed a lot of my musicianship.
Okay, so that's the real base. Like, so you growing up in Texas.
Like I grew up in church. I sang in front of church school things, you know, small town. Also very much minority.
Yeah,
I wasn't
for sure.
in a very diverse part of DFW.
Oh, DFW. Our favorite part of Texas.
Yes.
The most interesting part of Texas.
Really?
We're saying that facetiously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because having gone to Dallas with James before, I was stunned at how big box Dallas was. Like the biggest Applebee's you'll ever see.
Right.
The biggest living spaces you'll ever see.
Right.
And that was it. And I was like, man.
Hey, biggest roads, you see 100 miles ahead. 'Cause it's
Gigantic
flat.
roads.
Right.
Yeah.
But
It's all spread out.
Yeah.
The way, well, Texas is to me is like big cities and then a bunch of small,
True.
you know, and I was in one of those.
Yeah.
Right? So I would go to, you know, fly out to gigs. I mean, have to drive like an hour away, you know, to the airport just to get out of town. But when I was young, I would do all these shows and showcases, and I found myself doing like this music conference in Colorado. And this is random.
Okay.
But a dude who was apparently an executive found me there, and I was a teenager. I was like,
Not creepy at all.
no, but this was like,
Were you, man?
huh?
No, I'm just like imagining what teenage mode was like. Okay.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I was one of those weird kids who were just very nerdy about music, you know. I found my love for songwriting, and so I was like, I saw this like music conference, like I want to go. And
Oh, that's cool. As a teenager, you're just like, hey, I want to.
yeah,
go to
I
that.
saved
Okay.
up like an after school like job that I had, and I saved up enough money, and then my mom was freaking out because she was like, oh, you're traveling all alone, and this was pre like social media and like cell phones on every kid, right? So anyways, I went, and then I did a showcase, and some dude came up to me and was like, hey, I would love to get like a demo from you.
Wow.
And my brother and I actually recorded like a little demo in our bedroom. Like he had a key, and it was like a CD, guys. You know what a CD is?
They don't.
They don't. We
have no
very
idea.
much so.
Right.
you know.
So I had like a little, you know, a few CDs made when I went to this conference thing. I gave it to him. And I didn't think much of it. I went back to, you know, Texas thinking, oh, I had fun. That was a cool experience. And then I was living with my aunt at that point, and I didn't have a cell phone. It wasn't a thing. And she just came to me and she was like, oh, this dude is trying to call you from Nashville.
Okay. All right.
So long story short, he was a publisher under Warner at that point.
Oh.
And then, you know, that led to them. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. That was my phone.
Oh.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah. Keep talking. I'll go get it. I'll go get
It's
it.
okay. We can
Wait.
cut this part, so it's all good.
Why? It's not even ringing here. Is that? Oh my gosh.
There's a timer.
I'll let you.
Could be.
No, I think someone's calling you. I just
Oh,
silenced
okay.
it.
Josiah Boyle.
Yeah, all
That's a
good.
musician
Casual. Yeah.
Oh, do you know him?
No. But the name sounds familiar. But I couldn't match the face to name.
Yeah, I'll.
It's just like Indie RE calling her casually, you know. It's no big deal. No big deal.
Okay, let me put this on. I put it. Oh, he's one of the few people that knows that do not disturb thing you can call twice.
Oh.
What?
It will ring.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, so that's why I put it on do not disturb. Why isn't it? And
Oh, I
you
also silenced it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll put this down here.
All good.
All good.
Where was I? Okay, so
Oh, Warner.
Warner. So yeah, that led to them flying me out to Nashville. So this was around when I was a teenager. I was in the middle of high school at this point, and I sang in front of music executives in Nashville.
How old were you at this point?
I was like 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I literally just I didn't have very many songs at that point.
You're 15.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had like maybe 10 or something.
That's still very impressive.
10,
Yeah.
15. And then, you know, and I wasn't really that proficient on the guitar at that point. I was very much a piano person. And Yeah, and what's interesting, I sang in front of publisher and the record label.
Yeah.
Okay.
The two divisions.
Yeah.
They rented out a studio, and I played them as many songs as I could.
Oh.
And they were like very hesitant. And you got to know, this was pre-social media, pre-Asian American movement and everything.
Yeah.
They, you know, they liked me and they loved me even, but they didn't know what to do with me. So in hindsight, they were like, we love you. We don't know, you know, how are we going to package or market you?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of signing me as an artist, they gave me a publishing deal, which was a songwriting thing. Yeah, and in hopes to develop me as an artist so they can have first dibs in pitching me as an artist at some point.
Interesting. Kind of hedging their bets. So like if in case like they didn't want to lead with you necessarily being the face of something, but then if your chops were up to it and they felt like they could continue to like build you up.
Right.
I see.
And during that time, and I don't know if it still exists today, but back in the day they used to have development deals,
Yeah.
right? So development deals would be like 3 to 6 months or maybe a year if you get lucky. But publishing deals can be longer. So mine was 3 years. And so,
Did they give you an advance?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Okay,
nice.
at least
so that's
you got
decent
some
money
money,
for you at the
yeah.
time.
At the time too, and
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
come in with a big cut or a big, you know, like manager that would negotiate for me. So it was a standard at that point, but I was like, wow, okay, how many songs did I write then? You know, it
Yeah.
wasn't that
Wow.
much.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what I did. So Nashville was kind of like my crash course of the music industry. I remember even like having to negotiate my contract. I had to hire some random lawyer, like a one-off. Like I don't even know, I forgot his name at this point. You know, and I was literally going from class to class in the middle, like, okay, what's this clause mean?
Oh
like
my
I didn't
goodness.
know what was happening.
Yeah.
And you know, I didn't have family to really like understand that world either. You know, all of them were expecting me to be in the medical field like everybody else.
Yeah.
And so I was here just kind of navigating on my own and learning publishing at that point.
Wow.
And then initially, first year, I would just fly back and forth to Nashville and Texas. But the latter half of my deal, I actually moved there. And then by the time my deal ended, music industry, as per usual, just kind of had this, you know,
Yeah.
my creative director was about to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, like the new regime was about to take over. And I kind of knew that, you know,
They wouldn't advocate for you.
no. And then I had one last like showcase to the new, I guess, CEO at that point. And I think to be honest, I think his mind was already made up that he wasn't going to re-sign me, but they just went ahead with this showcase anyway.
Yeah.
But what's funny is that I spent the past years just writing. I was in studios. And the way Nashville works is much more disciplined than LA, to be honest. It's very like
You're there to pump out stuff.
I remember I would have like a 10 a.m. like writing session and then take a break for lunch and then maybe
Back at 1.
and then back on 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And then maybe in the evening meet up with a producer that I wrote a song with previously, like last week, to demo it out. You know, like it's pretty, you know.
Pre-work, work, and then post-work. Like you say,
Pretty regimented. Pretty regimented. And what's interesting is that I just kind of like soaked it in. Like I didn't complain. I was just like, nobody in my town does this. So I'm like, I'm just going to learn as much as I could. But, you know, at that end of that whole ordeal, it's like, since they didn't pick me up or whatever, you know, that was like my heartbreak, like my first major heartbreak, and, you know, and also just carrying that weight of, I'm going to disappoint my family.
Yeah.
Like I pursued this kind of against their wishes.
Right.
And now I've proven them correct, you know. That was in my brain. That was like the negative, you know, inner dialogue that I had. So I went back home. And I was just like in a retreat mode. You know, I had a few friends who were still around in college, you know, whatever. But I didn't write a song for, I think, a whole year. It felt like a year at least, because I was just like, this is so heartbreaking. And then, you know, YouTube started to happen. So like YouTube to me was kind of a revival, or like my second wind, to be honest. And yeah. And so I came in with that whole scene just kind of like evolving, you know, made some friends. And also just the fact that it's mostly Asian American. It was a totally different...
Unexpected, right? You're like,
yeah, I'm like, what?
You're still in Texas at this point.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So the first, especially if you were to go to my YouTube channel, like the first couple of videos were all in Texas.
Oh, wow. Okay. Banished to the honky tonk, and then you made it onto YouTube.
What's interesting is that, you know, this was a time when Jeremy Passion reached out to me, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm writing this song and I need a second verse. Would you be down to write? And and he didn't even think I was Filipino, by the way.
He just liked your voice.
Yeah, he just liked my voice. And I didn't even think he was Filipino either. So we were just kind of
like... you never saw his face? You just knew the name?
No, I saw his face. I thought he was like... I mean, I told him this, so it's funny, but like, I thought he was Japanese and half black. That's kind of my brain.
You kind of see that.
If you grew up in California, a guy going by Jeremy Passion, looking the way he does, like, he's Filipino. Like, if you grew up in Hawaii, you'd be like, dude, it's Filipino.
Right.
Yeah.
But I can get from DFW area, you're like, oh, what are you? Like,
yeah, but he thought I was Puerto Rican.
Put you guys together, you're Bruno Mars, right?
Oh my God, let's go.
So, but then like when we kind of connected, and it's like, oh, you're Filipino. Oh, you're Filipino. Oh, cool. So, the paper airplanes.
Wow.
Happened, and that's kind of like how it started for me with, you know, posting Meant to Be initially.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he heard my Meant to Be or saw Meant to Be, and that's the reason why he wanted to write with me. And the interesting tidbit is that he didn't think I was Filipino or Asian is because of sonically my voice didn't sound
too soulful. Is that what it is? Like,
well, he said that my timbre is not a typical like
Would you would hear
Filipino, like who grew up in the Bay, for example. Like, you know, he's surrounded with a lot of Filipino.
You weren't belting it like a power singer.
So that's why he was a little kind of like confused initially, like what, you know, if I was Filipino. But that's because I grew up in Texas, and my initial like experience in the music industry was in Nashville. So the way I wrote music and the way I chose chords and the way I, you know, it wasn't 90s R&B necessarily.
Yeah.
It was soulful, but it wasn't 90s R&B. I mean, I definitely listened to some 90s R&B growing up because it's just
how could you not? Yeah.
But it because I grew up in like folk church and, you know, gospel and then it's just like a conglomerate of so many mishmash things. And so I didn't really model myself with like a certain artist. So it's just like the way I came about with my music and how I wrote is literally like kind of a hodgepodge that I put together subconsciously.
Sure.
You know.
So given all of your different things, like being a third culture kid, being a church kid, working in Nashville around Christian artists, around gospel, like you represent things that are very intimate to a lot of people. And I think last year I was at, I think you were out of town. We were at Barrio Fiesta. Shouts to Miles Canaris.
Okay.
Yeah. Barrio Fiesta. It was out in historic Filipino town, as you can imagine. And they were just playing the YouTube classics. And of course, there were quite a few songs where it's like, and like, I kid you not, they were playing the version of Lemonade with you and Jeremy.
Okay.
And dude, to me, it was like it was as if they were playing the Filipino American national anthem.
Right.
Because everybody was singing. And I was just like looking around like, whoa, this is something else.
He sent me a video of it.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
And like, to me, it's like, it's interesting to see how the mainstream music world at that time, they didn't know what to do with you. And there's something very fitting about how when you found that space on YouTube, your community, your people, they saw who you were, and they gained so much value and so much like they were able to extract so much joy from your music and give that love back. Like, do you reflect on that, especially because like you were foundational to that era?
That's a lot to kind of actually digest. I mean, I was that nerd. I still am that nerdy kid that just wanted to do music, right? And that facet of other kids. Yeah, literally, I would go like eat out, and then a Filipino person would just come up to me, or any Asian kid would come up to me and say like, "Oh, I got inspired to like write a song or start writing songs and play guitar, learn to play guitar because of you."
Yeah.
I'm very thankful, and it's such like, ooh, you never really know what your influences or like your impact is.
Yeah.
Especially when you're recording things with the camera, you know? And this is the reason why I love playing live. I think that's kind of...
The feedback loop.
Feedback loop is immediate,
yeah.
you know? And as a matter of fact, the time that I kind of realized that was when I made that Meant to Be video initially. I had glasses on because I was like, this is so weird.
Are they as cool as the ones you have on right now?
They're kind of similar, actually. Aviator.
Nice.
It was to promote a show because a friend of mine who put an event together asked me, he's like, "Hey, Melissa, since nobody really knows you around here, and like, to introduce people, just post a video of you singing one of your songs, and then we'll, send it over to, promote it as a marketing thing." This was 2008, and so I did that, and then when I actually ended up doing the show, people were singing along, and I think that was
what?
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like the people were like mouthing.
Yeah, that's so.
And so
crazy.
when I saw down the audience, I'm like, oh, this YouTube thing actually is a thing.
It's doing something.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where it kind of clicked, and I'm like, okay, let me just keep doing it. I wasn't as consistent as a lot of my counterparts, in posting.
Yeah.
And a lot of my, I think I'm low key. What's that called? Where you're going against the grain, kind of.
You're iconoclast.
Contrarian.
Contrarian.
Okay. I like iconoclast. It sounds bolder.
Oh,
but
yeah.
But
I'm a little bit.
I understand. You're doing the opposite. Yeah.
Right. But even though, when everybody's just, found their wave on YouTube, everybody covered a lot of the top 40 stuff. So whatever's on the top 40, they'll cover their own version.
Yeah.
I didn't know such thing. And whenever I cover it, it's always like a Stevie Wonder or like Change the World, Eric Clapton, or like a Joni.
My favorite songs.
Yeah, it's still on.
Oh my
there,
gosh.
Dude. It's still, and then most of them are like just songs that I wrote, like like To Be, and then Try, and obviously it didn't really play out like statistically. When you look at statistics, it's not the biggest thing, but it's just
the ones who know.
Right.
Like
so,
I've always heard like the thing that they'll have session musicians do is they'll like play Sir Duke.
Yeah.
They can play the Sir Duke like a solo, like you're like, oh, okay, he's legit. Yeah. So like you're covering the greats, right?
Well,
so
it's just songs that I like,
It's like not you're but I guess like the songs you like are like the height of the medium, right? So
and also too, I was strategic. I didn't cover a lot of.
No,
I didn't.
But she was curating her taste.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't cover like a Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey because one, I love them, but it's just I knew from the get-go I wasn't that kind of artist.
Yeah,
I can belt out. I can do all those. Maybe attempt to do all those things, but I wanted to center my choices, even if they were covers, as I just love this song and I want to deliver it the way I kind of want to deliver it,
Yeah,
for sure.
And sometimes I deliberately would choose a song that's originally performed by a guy, so it prevents it from comparing. Oh, she doesn't sing as good as this. Or she
right. Wow.
Yeah, so I usually
Smart.
just cover like a random,
dude song.
Not all the time, but it's yeah.
What about like what I've been so curious about, because you've been doing music for such a long time.
Right.
Like, and I'm sure people ask you this, but how are you weathering the storm with like all the ways music is changing? We're in the content era.
That's a long breath, bro.
Yeah. I say it because I feel like we share similar pains,
Right.
share similar wrestlings, and I'm just curious, like, how you process it all. What's hard? What's something that you grieve? What's something that you love? Yeah, I want to hear about that, because that's like, I'm dying to know, because we could talk about your illustrious career, but like, I also want to know about, I want to give some space for the now.
Yes.
You know, because you've been doing it for a long time. I know a lot of people who have stopped. You know, we have a lot of peers who've stopped, and I'm somewhat younger than you. I've been doing it for a minute too, but a lot of people just stop, you know? And I guess I just want to know about all that, because it's amazing that you still put out songs. Even the new songs you've come out in the past like 5 years,
Okay.
I keep up, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I just had to say it at some point, you know, like even the recent songs you did with Gabriel, you know?
I love Gabriel.
Yeah, amazing. Nightmare, Crybaby is still one of my favorites. I just listened to it. Super deep cut, I know. But like, the fact that I have a relationship to these songs and it's from you, you know, a legend, you know, that's why you're here. Like, tell us about, like, nowadays, what's something that you're just really, you know, loving, hating?
I think what I do hate is a lot of uncertainties that's going on. And, you know, I have a lot of musician friends here in LA who are not necessarily songwriters or artists, and they're also struggling because, you know, a lot of them are session players and they're not getting hired anymore because people are cutting back on budgets and AI and blah, blah, blah. It's just, there's so much. And I feel the pain and I feel the anxiety along with you and with others. But I also, and I've had plenty conversations with other artists who's been doing it longer than me too about this. I don't have the answers, or I don't have like, we should do this or that. But all I know is that this is where we have to lean in and what we really are, because that's the only really authentic thing. And the only reason what drives me to actually like have released these songs, like what you mentioned, for the love of it. When I stumbled onto Gabriel, I literally was working out in the gym, and I you know, because I usually have a very curated playlist. But then I got bored with my playlist, so I did an algorithm thing, and his song came up. One of his songs came up.
Like on the radio, Spotify radio or something?
Like an algorithm shuffle thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think I'm Lost for Words was the one that... the one that...
Good one.
Yeah. So I'm like, and his sound was like something I resonated with.
Right.
Because it's very singer-songwriter, but soulful, but it's like intricate.
Got some R&B to it too.
Right.
Little stanky funk.
Right. So I reached out to, like, I followed him on Instagram. Didn't really think much of it. But then he followed me back because I guess he looked at my stuff. And it was very organic. It was just like, hey, I'm writing this song. Would you want to write it with me? He was the one who approached me.
Wow.
And I didn't even know that he was from the UK. For some reason, I thought he was from New York. I don't know why. But, you know, it was just organic. And all this to say, it's like creating, to me, is a huge driving force, regardless of how many times I want to, like, run away and stop, like you said. You know, I've had plenty of those thoughts, and still probably in the next, I don't know however long, that I would just want to stop and like move on and like move into a small town again and never be seen. Like my introversion kind of kicks in all the time, and just like, I just want to like have a garden and like plant my food, and that's it.
You can do that in LA.
Sure.
In your backyard.
But then there is that love for creating, you know. I just remember even creating with Gabriel, for example. It's just like, wow, this is exciting to actually write. And I've yet to even hang out with him in person. Everything is...
Wait, I've met him before you?
Work this out.
Yeah.
Have him come to LA.
I know.
Right. And he's in Korea now, right?
Yeah, he's in Korea. I'll probably see him later this year.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's... I think my I guess hope for everybody is to just keep creating.
Yeah.
And regardless if AI I think we should have to keep creating like more vigorously, more than anything, because, and also singing out and like playing out. I think that can't be replaced by AI.
Yeah. Have you seen that one guy on TikTok? He made some sort of like gospel song
Yes.
but like pretended to sing it. Chibi.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like he was like, oh, I was just making this song. But if you're someone who records music, at first like he used his real vocals to like sing some like sketch, and then you hear the final vocals and you're like, how did you get these girl sounds and these dudes, like these different types of voices in your choir?
Right. Somebody
know?
actually made the point. If you actually want to make a choir, it's required to have different kinds of voices.
Yeah, you can't
Like,
just use your own. It's so hard to.
Right. Even for me, technically I can make my own choir, but just because I have the same timbre,
Exactly.
regardless if I change it,
Yeah.
even if I try to sing like a dude,
Yeah.
like it's not going to be feasible. You have to have different types of voices. And there's something about like kind of amazing about that. Just when you think about it, everybody's got their own signature like thumbprint of how your voice is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, AI or like anything AI generated can create like jams and bops and stuff. Dude, I can't lie. I heard some stuff. I'm like, this is a great song.
I had that experience when I was in Asia this past year, where I literally was messaging him. I was like, wait, what the hell? Because I was in Vietnam and Taiwan.
Right.
I know this is really big in Korea too, where in coffee shops, and like just random like places where young people are, you're hearing this music where it sounds like an American pop song, but the more you listen to the lyrics, you're like, wait a second, what is this about? And you realize that it's about nothing, because it's like it's basically the machine spitting back vibes at you.
Right.
So you're like, what is this? And then it sounds catchy at first, but the more you listen, you're like,
It's
you get the
meandering.
ick. Yeah, you get that uncanny valley feeling where it's like, what the hell is this?
Right.
Yeah.
But even that TikTok guy that you were mentioning, that song is actually a bop. I
Yeah,
heard
it's a
it.
good song.
So
That's why
acknowledge
people like it.
I heard it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wish I wrote it. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's so good.
Yeah.
But the only reason why it's kind of like a cognitive dissonance is because he also claimed that it's his voice that he wrote it, and that's where it's like
Ethical
kind
issue.
of
Yeah,
ethical
Yeah.
issue. If he just came out and said, "I wrote this with AI,"
Yeah.
I think he would have gotten less
Less hate.
hate. Yeah.
People are like, yeah.
Because it's been done. Like, you know, those what I enjoy, like when it comes to the AI thing. Have you seen that? I forgot his handle or whatever, but he does like yacht rock versions of like Nirvana or something.
Oh,
That sounds
that's
fun.
pretty
Yeah.
fun.
And then they're jammed.
Yeah,
I listen to it.
yeah.
I'm like, oh my goodness, this is good. But I think there's always going to be a thing that's irreplaceable, and that is the person. And
Yeah.
also just the live aspect of everything, like to actually sing out and
Yeah.
it's kind of similar to when YouTube started to happen, actually, by the way. When all these people are doing all these covers online, I've actually heard through the ether, even here in LA when I was going back and forth here, like, oh yeah, people are not going to pay for shows anymore because people are just like, if I want to hear Melissa sing, I can just like click on YouTube. But that is
Doesn't replace
actually
it, yeah.
no.
Bro, that's the
no.
sound of somebody who ain't never been outside.
Right. But this was back in the day. This was around 2009 or 2010 or, you know.
Oh,
people-
even then, yeah.
Yeah, they were like, oh, you know, if people are just going to like, you know, I think one of the arguments was like, don't post any of your shows online.
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh.
Because the moment you do that, people are not motivated to go to your shows anymore. And my brain just like, I guess they have a point. It's logical, but it's actually, the more I post about that stuff, the more people actually wanted to go to my show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they want to feel it in real life.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
So I think with AI is very similar, right? So even though it's a lot more intense and a lot more in there in terms of creativity, and that's kind of where I think laws have to keep up and all that stuff to kind of counter. But for us creatives who are not lawmakers and who are not in that space, I think my only thing is just to keep creating and just putting it out there. I think, you know, as a person who does believe, you know, there's something more spiritual about creating from organically.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, very true. Yeah,
Because when you
agreed.
think about AI, it's regurgitating what's already been made.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's really it's really a hard time to be a creative. I mean, I can totally empathize. In a city full of creatives, I feel it.
Yeah,
I feel it. All the people that I've known who are way older than me, who's been doing this, are also feeling the same thing. And I also feel bad for the young ones who are starting off. Like in my brain, it's like, man, I had such a good ride, like being on YouTube at the right time, at the right age, at the right, you know, to actually just start off and do that. And also the hotel cafe and all that stuff. Like that was such a cool time in my life, and I feel like I'm grieving for the younger ones who are just starting off.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
In some ways, like they're isolated more in some ways, and then they're finding each other, you know, in different ways now. Like they're making connections in.
Well, they're in a TikTok version at a totally different place that where I was, but yeah, it's very isolated.
Yeah.
Their creativity is a different breed for sure, and I'm in awe of it when I see.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids that are, I feel like, afraid to even get started, because now if a kid wants to make a song, they're like, well, there's every iteration of every song that I could think of that's already out. What can I contribute? You know, so in that sense, I feel like being on the internet kind of hurts could actually hurt your creativity, because at least from when I was starting out, a lot of my creative process was, well, I really like, I'll use an example for it. Like there are these Korean artists back in the day, Drunken Tiger, Dynamic Duo, Beanzino, that I really loved.
Considered OGs at this point.
Yeah. And in the Korean music scene, I loved their sound, I loved their vibe, their image. I loved everything they were doing, but it was all in Korean. So I was like, oh, I was always inspired by that and wanted to make my version in English. And I created from that seat.
Right.
But imagine if you're, you know, a kid now and you're like, if you try to think like that, it's like, it doesn't, like you have to really search deep into some sort of inspiration pool for you to draw it out. Because if you're like, oh, what if I made the yacht rock version of, you know, of like some 21 Savage song? It's like, well, it's kind of already been done.
Right.
You might feel like it's too cringe to attempt it, or at least this is what the young people are telling me, you know? So it's an interesting time, you know? A lot of really cool creative things are happening, but a lot of things are being forgotten too. A lot of, you know, people are like, oh, this is the first time anyone's done it. It's like, no, it's not. It's literally not, but I get it. You don't, with the internet, you don't see past, you don't look back 10 years.
Right.
You know?
And, well, I think now, because of the internet and because of social media throughout the years, there's like an emphasis on proficiency. Like there's an you know, like the technical, like if you can do a certain vocal run, that's really cool. Or like a guitar thing. That's
Yeah.
like it's almost like skill, like skill based. And for me, I look at it, I'm like, I'm my jaw drops, and I'm guilty of it, to actually like resonate with or be impressed by those posts. But I think, you know, artistry is not necessarily that though.
Yeah.
And this and I can't, you know, even for me, like I can name you a lot of singers who I think, my personal opinion, who are better than me. I can name you guitarists who are way better than me. I can name you songwriters who are way better than me. But it's not about skill. But what I have is my own. And I own it. And my little quirky things that I do with my lyrics or my chordal progressions is like coming from like an authentic place that's truly me. Like it's to the point where even my friends, they would listen to something and it's like, oh, this chord progression kind of reminds me of you, or this kind of vocal thing is kind of what you would do. So it's like like it's my identity, like a separate identity. And I feel like that
people would kill for that, to have that musical identity, or people identify you to a certain sound.
I mean,
so
I love
amazing.
And it's like a blessing to me. And so I think for the young kids, or people in general who are starting out, I think that's kind of what they need to do.
Yeah.
Like because proficiency or the first 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it's like, yeah, it's been done before. It's you know, because of AI and everybody, there's always going to be a better person. And that's been said to me even when I was a kid in Nashville. Like, there's always going to be a better singer than you, Melissa. There's always going to be a better. You'll find it, regardless if it's true or not. You're going to find it. You know, I'm in LA. We're in LA. It's like so many talented people, so many. And but yeah, it's just knowing who you are and leaning so much more on that now more than ever. I think now I'm in a cool place because I've been doing it for a long time. But for somebody who's just starting out, it is hard. But I think there's always going to be something out there for them to lean into. You know.
With all the songs you've written, though, because you've said so many, like I guess. Oh, okay.
No, finish your thought.
Well, no. I guess.
Are we running out of time?
Oh, I didn't even
Richie,
notice.
are we running out
Oh,
of
snap. Oh, my bad. Okay.
Well,
Dang.
it's just another excuse for us to bring you back
For part 2.
Obviously, this is going to be part 1 because I think on the level of just being able to talk about music culturally, in theory, and in practice, like, yeah, you're the reason why we have this show.
Aw,
honestly,
thank you for having me.
but for this first time around, we do have a gift for you. Shoes.
Oh my gosh!
So this is from
so
1587 Sneakers. It's a New York-based company where we can do that.
Yeah.
But we're basically, these are Italian-made sneakers, custom for our local GODZ guests this season.
Okay.
And then we'll make sure we get you your pair. I know it looks kind of big in the box, but we'll get you your pair once we get your sizes later on. But we always like to end our show with 3 questions.
Okay.
Okay, first one is, who is your local god? Someone you think deserves more shine, who's underrated,
Oh my
that you love?
Asian American?
Yes. Yeah, let's do it.
LA? Sorry, my brain.
Who first comes to mind where it's like, oh, I really need to put this person on? They're such a light in my life. They're so impressive. I wish more people knew about them.
I would say Jeremy, but I don't know if he's local. He's not local, though.
No, that was local can be interpreted many different ways, but I agree. I think a lot of people might have missed that YouTube window, but his stuff, like, huge ripple effect on culture and music.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think he's getting recognition in a certain circle, but like he needs love and shine. And, you know, and he's one of the first ones that really kind of got me into the YouTube thing too. So he's been a dear friend for many years. So I feel like, yeah, he deserves more shine.
Awesome. Yeah. And what is your second question is, what's your favorite, like a food order, favorite place to eat around the world?
Thai food is my thing.
What type of Thai food do you get? And is there a specific restaurant?
Oh, I don't have a specific restaurant right now, but like just Penang curry, bro.
Oh, Penang curry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, nice.
Solid. Okay. And the third question is, what's your favorite album of all time? What's one that you are finding yourself, you just go back to all the time?
Okay, I'm gonna do a deep cut because that's a loaded question because I can name you a bunch of.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is a deep cut because nobody knows this. I'm pretty sure nobody knows this album. A lot of people don't, at least. Tommy Sims, Peace and Love.
Oh, that is a deep cut.
Okay. Yeah.
I literally, if you listen to that record, it still is very, I don't know, relatable and very. It doesn't feel dated. It's just
timeless.
It's very timeless. I mean, he touches on a lot of classics like Stevie Wonder and all that stuff, but like if you listen to his stuff, you can tell that I have borrowed some stuff.
Okay. Very nice.
Nice.
Some of his vibes. But yeah, he's definitely a favorite. And that album in particular, I have to listen at least once ever so often, like just a run through. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Awesome.
Wow.
Well, like I said earlier, if you will come back, we'd love to have you
We'd
back
love a
to
part
talk
2.
more.
Maybe bring Jeremy or something.
Yeah.
Maybe we could.
He's in Texas, so we'll see.
Oh, maybe.
And then we're gonna do a little, maybe well, there or here.
Hey.
But for people that don't already follow you, where can they find your stuff online?
I mean, just Google search my name.
Oh, flex.
All the OGs are saying,
Flex.
just ChatGPT me, Google me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So this tracks.
Oh,
This
well,
tracks.
I mean, because it's like
Yeah, let's
people have their
go.
preference, you know, either they go Apple Music,
Yeah.
Spotify.
Businesswoman too. I love
Yeah.
it. Melissa Polinar, it was a pleasure having you on the podcast.
Thank you for having
If you like Local Gods, what we're doing, if you want to see part 2 with Melissa Polinar,
Yay.
please like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, all the platforms that you'll find Melissa Polinar on. Find us there, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.